What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm just trying to loosen up. I haven't really played in what's today, Thursday? I haven't played in a while. I can feel it. What's up, Anton? What's up, man? She blushes every time she sees you. Ah, you know what? A lot of times, what happens, they're like, "Oh, she's not into me." Then you get older, and it's kind of like, "Ah, you're kind of cute now." I've had that happen so many times, and by then I'm like, "I'm good. I'm good." If you don't like me now, if you don't like me then, you don't like me now. I'm good. Like I've had that happen a lot, you know. But I'll say this: I think if she's blushing, she sounds like she's cool. So you know, I don't know. Um, I don't know, man. If she blushes, are you sure she's not into you? If she's blushing, because if she's not into you, then she wouldn't be blushing. Uh, Yeah, if she's not into you, then why is she blushing? That's the thing. You know what I mean? So maybe you need to rethink that, man. She might be. You never know, man. You know, because I've also had situations where there were girls that I was cool with, and I found out later, like they flat out told me, "Yeah, I had a crush on you." I'm like, what? You know? Yeah, I've had situations like that. So I actually kind of sort of had a situation like that happen, and I ended up marrying her. That's something different. Yeah, but yeah, my wife kind of had a crush on me, and I don't remember seeing her. And even when we were introduced, I was like, okay, she's pretty, whatever. But I wasn't really thinking about anything. And it wasn't until like our first date, I was like, but she knew who I was, like, and she had a crush on me like early, you know. So yeah, I've had situations like that, and it's kind of weird because um um I can't watch this. This is foolishness. YouTube has a lot of foolishness that I just can't take. That's why I watch a lot of ghost stories and stuff like that. Ooh, the new Scarlet. I'm gonna get a new interface. I need more channels. Um, so yeah, I definitely need more channels. Um, okay. I'm either gonna get a Scarlet or a Claret. I might get a Claret. Well, Claret's the next step up. Um, but yeah, I need more channels. I like Focusrite. I think Focusrite. I mean, like you have the Focusrite RedNet, um, which is, you know, professional, professional grade, like the pro stuff. But you can get like the prosumer, um, which is the Claret. Clarets are really, really good. And then you can kind of get the mid tier prosumer, which is the Scarlet. I might upgrade to the Claret though, but I definitely need 8 more channels. Um, because I want to start, you know, I don't want to have to unplug this to plug up a guitar amp or mic and guitar amp or, you know, I want everything just plugged up so I can just pick up a guitar, play, pick up a bass, play, or I could record a band in here. That's what I used to do. I had 32 channels before, but the preamps were trash. So I want something a lot better. Um, that has more headroom and just a lower noise floor and what have you. So um, it's weird because the longer you play and the longer you record, the more you start hearing like little things. You're like, I don't like that. You know, it's your ears just start getting they start maturing. Your hearing starts to mature. So yeah, know each other. Ah, how much is it? It's about $700 for a fourth gen. Um, for a fourth gen, it's about $700. Um, the Claret, I don't know, but I could get a used Claret, you know. Um, so. Um, I'm not worried about that. Um, um, but um, but yeah, she may not have seemed interested, but there's a thing, bro. There are women, there are girls who may not be interested then, um, for whatever reason. Um, like for instance, there were certain girls I was interested at a certain period in my life, but I was kind of preoccupied, and I didn't like. I was like, she's cute and everything, and they would make passes at me, and I was just kind of like, I'm not really like. If I were in a different place, yeah, sure, but right now, I'm not. I'm not really interested. She might be in a situation like that, But who knows, man? I'm just kind of like, hey, man, just lay back and if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. If it's not, oh well. At least you can be friends. Ow, my wrist. It's crazy because I don't know why my wrist is hurting. I think just laying down and my wife, I think she slept on it and it just, you know, like you'll have your hand like this, and then you like it's been like this for 5 hours, and like you'll wake up in the morning like, why is my wrist hurting? So, um, but um, but yeah, um, I don't know. Just play it by ear, bro. Play it by ear. Don't sweat it, man. I'm always like, man, I kind of gauge things based on how much time it's gonna take away from music. Because I'll say this, man. Women think, oh man, it's so cool. He plays an instrument. Oh, blah 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 blah, and they think you came out of the womb like that. They think that you were just born that way. They don't realize no, I actually put in time to practice. And then they start like, you're always practicing, and you're always this, and you're always that, and it's like I was playing music before I met you, and like if you leave, I'm still gonna be playing music. So this is what it is. It is what it is. So there's that. That's why I always say, you're young, man. Just kind of focus on your goals. Music or whatever your goals are. Focus on that, man. You will find I always say this. Focus on being the best you could possibly be, and the woman for you will she'll along the way she'll come into your life, you know. And one of the ways you can tell is she'll like wow, okay, that sounds pretty cool. And she'll be cool with the sacrifice, like, hey, I know, but I believe in his goal and I think he can do it, and I don't mind supporting him in that goal, or whatever. I don't, even if it's just like moral support. So that's what happened with me, man. I wasn't necessarily looking for marriage, you know, but my wife believed in me. As a matter of fact, I walked away from music, and she was one of the ones that was like, "No, you really shouldn't. You really should get back into music." Um, so I did. Um, but yeah, so as a matter of fact, she wanted to be with somebody who really loved music. You know, she used to do ballet and modern dance and all that stuff. So she understands the artistic drive. So pursue your goals, man. The right woman will come along your journey. You know, and the way you can tell she's the right one is if she's down with you, man. If she's like gonna support you and throughout whatever, or like just if she's gonna support you, you can tell, man. You know. Yeah, you know. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Ah, okay. But yeah, man, just be the best you can be, and along the way, you will meet the right one. You know, the thing about I'll say this: the thing about two artists, the thing about an artist being with another artist, if she's an artist and he's an artist, here's the trick. Usually it doesn't work because both of them want to be the star. Well, what you have to do is one person has to sit down while the other person does their thing, and then once they get to a certain point, that person sits down, and then the other person kind of does their thing. So each time one person has to decide to kind of play the background while they're kind of getting their stuff off, and then once they're kind of done, then the other person can shine, and that person can support them through their whole thing. So that's kind of how it is, man. You know, it's kind of like, even like with my wife. My wife is kind of like doing her thing, and she's been doing her thing for a while. And I'm playing the background, but now it's kind of starting to switch where we're trying to move in a direction where I'm more upfront. Because at first I was upfront, and she was playing the background. She was having a kid. She was doing this. She was doing that. And then our once our youngest was born, um, then I played the background, and she went forward and she pursued everything she wanted to pursue and everything. And once she got to a certain point financially, now she's at a point now where she's like, okay, now we can put money behind what you're doing, you know. And we're in the middle of transitioning to her being back in the background and I'm being up front. So you gotta kind of, you need a plan. You gotta have a plan. So, but that's you're way, that's way ahead. So you're in the beginning stage. But yeah, that's the dangers of dealing with an artist. If you're an artist and you're dealing with another artist, is you guys got to kind of gauge who's going to play the background, and you got to talk about it. You got to, hey, like, what are we going to do? Like, what is this? I want you to pursue what you're doing, but I also have dreams and goals. What do you want to do? You know, you got to have those conversations. Ah, she's not as passionate. So, so she's okay. She's not as if she's not as passionate, then so she's probably just artistic enough to be able to hop on your thing and just kind of you pursue your goal. Um, because my wife with dance, it's limited. Whereas music, you can, there's a lot of things you can do, like But eventually, I want to have a huge space where over here, my wife can teach dance. I'll have people over there teaching music lessons. I'll have a recording lab where people can learn about mixing, mastering, the whole nine yards, the whole do-it-yourself situation. If they want to, just the whole nine yards. That's kind of conducive to what would you call it? Social media where they could kind of, like a lot of people want to do stuff on social media, but they may not have the room, or they may not have the house, or they may whatever. And a friend of mine did that. He's a personal trainer, so he started a space where if you're a fitness influencer, you can go in there and you can record, and you can. He's got the camera set up and everything. He's got the like the workout equipment. He's got all that stuff. So you could literally just film in his spot, and it's made for that. It's made for social media and stuff like that. So I wanted to do this before he even came up with this. He just came up with it separately, And my wife was like, his name is Tig. My wife was like, look what Tig is doing. I was like, that's what I wanted to do. She's like, I know, that's why I showed you. So um I'm surprised there aren't more places like that, but there really aren't, you know. So yeah. Really? I have two friends like that. My friend Levi and his wife Nichelle. They teach music. He's a teacher. He's a high school teacher, but he also teaches music. And his wife teaches music full time. And his wife teaches music. His daughter is in college for like music business, whatever, whatever, the whole business side. Um, and like I'm their house drummer. And like they come over and record like all their songs and stuff over here. But yeah, he teaches bass, she teaches piano. Um, and they've actually asked me, "Hey, man, you ever think about teaching drama?" I was like, "Yeah, I thought about it. And eventually, I want to get there. Not right now, but eventually, I'm setting things up so that. But they want me to teach at their facility. I'm like, nah, I want my own facility. So it's just a matter of time, you know. uh, So Manny, what up, man? Oh yeah, the guy Tig. Yeah, he's really cool, man. Yeah, he's really cool. It's crazy because he had his first fiance. She kind of dumped him, and she dumped him because he wasn't making any money. And then he got with another girl. He married her. They have kids, and now the guy's like a millionaire. And I know she's hating it. Oh, she's hating it. Ah, but yeah. So you know, um, but yeah, that's crazy. Like she was like, he doesn't make enough money, and she kicked him to the curb. He got with another girl, got married, and she was like into fitness and stuff. So they both had that in common. They got married, had kids, and they launched that whole. I can't remember the name of the place, but they launched that whole thing, and now he's like they're like millionaires, and she's like single and like lonely. That's not funny. That's not funny. So, but yeah, so you know, Yeah. I ain't saying she a gold digger either, but she ain't messing with no broke dude. That's for sure. Yeah. Yeah, she left him because he was broke. If she would have stuck by him, I'm like, whoa, she gotta be oy oy oy. So, I'm just kinda like, it is what it is. You know. It is what it is. I'm way out of practice. All right, I gotta take a break. I'm actually sick. I don't know what's going on. I got some kind of stomach virus. Um, but I'll definitely be back. I will definitely be back.